Hi everyone, in this special episode of Trainspotting, we head to Goulburn in the southern tablelands of New South Wales and check out the Streamline locomotives at the Rail Heritage Centre. Stay tuned! Nestled away in the turntable bays at Goulburn sits an impressive collection of 1950s to 1970s era Streamline diesel locomotives. Each of them are in different states of restoration or are operational and stored at Goulburn when not in use. GM19 was in service from 1957 till 1991 for Australian National, as shown by its livery here, but is now owned by Rail Power and is under restoration and stored here at Goulburn. (4204), nicknamed Grandma, was in service from 1956 to 1983. The 42 class was the centre of some industrial action due to cab conditions during the 1970s. 4204 is now fully operational and is owned by the Lachlan Valley Railway and stored here at Goulburn. 42103, or the Chumster, here in Candy livery, started service in 1966 and was drawn in 2013. It is now owned by Chumrail and is in regular service and stored here at Goulburn. 42101, the class leader, entered service in 1965 and was saved from the wrecker in 1990. It is now used often on heritage trips and is seen regularly on the Cockatoo Run. In the next base sits CLP 11 and CLP 13 with their number 2 cabs to the table. CLP 11, seen here in Eagle livery, commenced service in the 70s for Australian National. It changed hands a few times and is now owned by Horizon and is under restoration. CLP 13, also the first of the CLs to be painted in Eagle livery, is also under restoration here at Goulburn and owned by Rail Power. Let's take a look in the shed. Sitting in Bay 19, next to the Steam Loco 3112, sits the Chumsail 42105 in its new QR Interrail livery, started service in 1966 and was withdrawn in 2013. Its restoration has only just finished and is being stored here at Goulburn. Sitting in the yard to the rear of the Roundhouse, next to the Manildra Loco and 7319, sits ex-South Australian Railways Loco 961. The 930 class locomotive, shown here in South Australian Railway colours, had 37 in its class and was the mainstay for South Australian Railways and Australian National from the mid-1950s. During the early 90s, Loco 961 was repainted in blue and yellow livery for the Explorer tourist train, but by 1994 the Loco had moved back to normal service after the short time in the spotlight. Today, 961 sits as a shadow of its former self, waiting to be lovingly restored by the 961 Preservation Group. Other locos are mentioned here is 7319, which is owned by a local company in Goulburn and stored here at the centre. and ex-Manildra MM class also stored at Goulburn. Also sitting in the table base is this 73 class in CRT livery, missing most of its engine panels. I think it may be 7322. Leave a comment if you know some more information. The Rail Heritage Centre at Goulburn has a large array of other locos and rolling stock to have a look at. The museum is open to the public Thursdays to Saturdays 10 to 3 and is run by volunteers. Any help is appreciated. I'll leave more details in the description. Next time you're in Goulburn, stop and check out this great rail museum. If you liked this video, then give this one a watch. Till next time, remember that sometimes the wrong train can take you to the right place.